The average person, I think, spends hours, literally hours, every single week just sorting, filing, reading emails, so much stuff that
Right.
probably didn't need their immediate human attention. It's this constant drain.
It really is. It's like the silent killer of real productive work. But imagine flipping that. Imagine having
Yeah.
like a personal AI assistant doing that heavy lifting for you, making those little decisions, processing new messages in what, under 15 seconds?
Yeah.
And the best part, you build it. No code required. None.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are really getting into the foundations. We're extracting the core ideas from this really detailed no-code guide.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission is pretty clear. Build the core intelligence, the AI brain, if you will, for an automated email agent that reads, classifies, and basically organizes your messages, even while you sleep.
And this isn't just theory, right? We're diving deep into the actual blueprint.
Yeah.
The tools you need, we're talking n8n, Gmail, Open Router,
Yeah.
and the 4 big steps to get this intelligent core up and running.
Okay, let's unpack that. So this time, we're focusing just on that decision-making engine, the intelligence, and the filing system. Call it part 1, building the brain.
Exactly. Part 2, that's later. That's going to be all about the automated actions, the doing part.
Right. So the core problem we're tackling today, it's pretty universal, isn't it? Information overload, just drowning in emails, constantly pulled away from the work that actually matters.
Totally. We all feel it. And the whole system, once it's all built out, it follows this really neat, kind of simple 4-stage loop. Stage 1, the trigger.
Okay.
That's just a new email landing in your inbox. Think of it like the doorbell ringing.
Okay, the doorbell. Then stage 2, that's the intelligence part we're building today, right? The AI classification.
Yep. The system reads the subject, reads the body, the whole body, and decides instantly, which bucket does this go in? We're starting with 4 main ones: customer support, finance billing, high priority, and promotion.
And once it knows the bucket.
Stage 3, labeling. Simple as that. The agent slaps the right Gmail label on it automatically. That's your filing system right there in the inbox.
Okay, and stage 4, that's for next time.
Stage 4 is the automated actions. That's where it gets really cool, like sending an AI-generated reply or maybe pinging your team on Slack, stuff like that.
The shift here feels significant. You're taking this repetitive cognitive sorting task and just handing it off to a system that doesn't get tired, doesn't get distracted. And the source mentioned this test result, processing and even responding in about 15 seconds total.
15 seconds. Whoa. Think about that. Seriously, imagine scaling that. If you get, say, 50 emails a day that need sorting, that's real time you get back. It just handles the grunt work immediately.
So if something is genuinely urgent,
It's flagged, labeled, sitting there waiting for your actual human expertise, not buried under newsletters.
So thinking about that, how does automating the sorting fundamentally change how you even define what's urgent work?
Well, it just cuts through the noise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It ensures that only the stuff that really needs your eyes and brain gets through that filter. Everything else is neatly filed.
Okay, makes sense. So let's talk tools, the blueprint.
Right. So to actually connect all this and build the brain, you only need 3 main tools. That's the beauty of this whole no-code thing. The infrastructure is mostly there.
First up is n8n. If you haven't used it, think of it like a visual workflow builder. You drag, you drop, you connect apps. No traditional coding needed. It's where we map out the logic.
Then obviously Gmail. That's our inbox for this example, our trigger point.
Yeah.
But the logic works for Outlook too, pretty much anything similar.
Okay.
And number 3, Open Router. This thing is great. It's basically a gateway to lots of different AI models. Instead of juggling API keys for GPT, Claude, whatever, Open Router gives you one key. Simple access to powerful models like, say, GPT 4.1 mini, or even the really cutting-edge ones if you need them. And it's usually cheaper.
Now, the guide really hammers this point home. Wireframing, mapping it out visually before you even open n8. Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
But honestly, for a workflow that seems like just 4 main steps, is wireframing really necessary? Doesn't it feel a bit like overkill?
That's a fair question. But yes, absolutely it matters, even for small stuff.
Yeah.
Because automation, complexity, it doesn't scale linearly. It gets messy fast. Think of that blueprint trigger classifier, the 4 branches, the actions. That's your map. It's like disaster prevention. When something breaks later, and it might, you look at the map, you're not just clicking around blindly in n8n trying to figure out where the logic went wrong. It forces you to think through the flow first.
Just bottom line, why is mapping it out first so critical, even before touching the tools?
It just prevents that initial overwhelm.
Yeah.
You define the logic clearly before you get tangled up in the connections and settings. Saves a lot of headaches.
Got it. Okay. Blueprint's ready. Step
Nice.
1, the trigger. Setting up that doorbell.
Right. So new n8n workflow. You grab the Gmail node and you pick the on message received trigger. Simple.
Then you just connect your Gmail account, right? Give it credentials.
Yep. And n8n will start checking usually about every minute for new mail. Pretty quick.
And for testing, you just send yourself an email, something basic.
Exactly. Like subject, help, and
Yep.
body. My account isn't working.
Mhm.
Fire that off. Then in n8n, you hit fetch test event. That pulls in the data from your test email.
Okay, and here comes the key part you mentioned.
Yeah, this is the crucial bit, the secret sauce maybe.
Mm.
By default, n8n tries to be helpful. It simplifies the data it pulls from Gmail.
Right.
You absolutely must turn the simplify toggle OFF on that Gmail trigger node.
Okay, that's the expert move. I remember wasting, I don't know, probably an hour once on a different automation because I only had partial data coming through. Turning off Simplify gets you everything.
Everything. The full email body, sender info, attachments, and crucially, the unique message ID for that specific email.
And that full context matters for the AI.
Vitally important. If the AI only sees subject, HELP, I think it's spam. But if it sees the body says HELP, the main server is down, that's different. Full text equals accurate classification.
Right.
So fetch that full data, then pin it in n8n. That means you can test all the next steps using that same data without sending more emails. Super handy.
Okay, quick recap then. What's the absolute essential data the AI needs from that trigger for top accuracy?
It needs the whole picture,
Yeah.
the complete unsimplified email body, and the subject line for maximum context.
Perfect. All right, data stream is flowing. Step 2, building the actual intelligence, the sorting hat.
Yep. Add the text classifier node right after your Gmail trigger. Now we need to tell it what text to analyze.
How do you feed it the right stuff?
You switch the input field to expression mode.
Yeah.
Then you use this specific structure, subject.headers.body.text. It looks a bit technical, but all it's doing is grabbing the subject from the incoming data, grabbing the body text, and sticking them together for the AI.
So it sees both at the same time. Makes sense.
Exactly. Then comes the really important part, defining your categories. This is pure prompt engineering. This is the brain, basically. The AI only knows what you tell it. Fuzzy instructions mean fuzzy results.
So those 4 buckets we mentioned, customer support, finance, high priority, promotion, we need clear descriptions.
Crystal clear. Precision is key. For customer support, think keywords: error, issue, help, troubleshoot. For finance billing, obviously, invoice, payment, refund, subscription. Promotion is easy: sale, offer, discount. And high priority needs words like urgent, ASA, critical, outage, emergency.
And you have to be careful they don't overlap too much, right? Like, what if an email says, urgent, invoice payment failed? Is that finance or high priority?
Good point. That's exactly where the description part of the prompt becomes critical. You need to guide the AI. Maybe you say high priority is only for system outages or critical deadlines, and payment issues go to finance unless they use specific emergency language. You have to define that nuance.
And this is where things can go sideways if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, clarity is your debugging tool here. And honestly, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. You know, where the AI kind of slowly misunderstands your original intent over time.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Keeping those category descriptions tight and precise is your best defense. If classifications start going weird, the first place you check is that description text. Did I make it ambiguous?
So why is getting that nuance right, like between finance and high priority, so absolutely essential?
Because explicitly telling the AI how to handle those edge cases, those overlapping keywords, prevents it from guessing wrong when it sees ambiguous emails later on. Clarity prevents errors.
Okay, brain structure defined. Now it needs power. Step 3.
Connecting the engine. The text classifier node has the instructions, but it needs a large language model, an LLM, to actually do the thinking.
And that's where OpenRouter comes in.
Exactly. Set up an account, you'll need to add billing info, even just for the free credits they usually give you, then generate an API key. Good practice to name it something specific, like inbox agent key.
And you just paste that key into n8n.
Yep, right into the text classifier node's settings where it asks for your chat model credentials or API key. Connects it right up.
What about choosing the actual AI model? There are so many options.
For this kind of classification, the guide suggests GPT 4.1 Mini. It's a really good balance. It's cheap, it's fast, and it's plenty smart enough for sorting emails accurately.
But the benefit of OpenRouter is you're not stuck with that.
Precisely. That's the key advantage. Agility. If you find GPT 4.1 Mini isn't quite getting the nuance you need, you literally just select, say, Claude 4.5 Sonnet from the dropdown in n8n. Done. No new accounts, no new keys, test away.
That flexibility is huge. It means your AI brain isn't locked into one vendor. You can experiment, find the best speed, cost, accuracy balance for your specific emails.
Totally. So you set that up, you run the step with your pin test data, make sure it correctly outputs customer support, and pin that output too for the next step.
Okay, beyond just maybe saving some money, what's the core operational win from using something like OpenRouter here?
It's really about the speed and flexibility. You can easily swap between different powerful AI models using just that one connection point. Experimentation becomes cheap and fast.
Gotcha. Intelligence built, powered up, tested. Now for step 4. The filing cabinet. Making it organized.
Setting up the labels. Well, wait. Crucial pre-step here.
Ah.
You got to create those labels in Gmail first. Go into your Gmail settings and actually make the labels. Customer support, finance billing, high priority promotion.
Right. n8n can't create them. It can only apply existing ones.
Exactly. And a pro tip from the guide. Use colors. Make high priority bright red or something. Makes it super easy to spot those urgent emails visually in your inbox later.
Nice tip. Okay, labels exist in Gmail. Back to n8n.
Add the Gmail, add label to message action node, put it on the first branch coming off your classifier, let's say the customer support path.
And the key setting here is telling it which email to label.
Bingo.
Yeah.
This is critical. You need the unique identifier for the email that started the whole process. Remember that ADIM variable from the very first Gmail trigger step?
The one we got by turning simplify off.
That's the one. You drag that ID variable from the trigger node's output data and drop it into the message ID field of the add label node. Think of it like the email's unique address or, I don't know, social security number. It guarantees the label goes on the exact right message. No mix-ups.
Makes sense. And then you just repeat that for the other 3 branches.
You could. Or use the don't repeat yourself principle. Configure that first add label node perfectly. Test it. Then just copy and paste it onto the other 3 branches. All you have to change in the copies is which label to apply from the drop-down menu. Saves a ton of clicking.
Ah, nice efficiency move. So, final check on this step. Why is grabbing that specific message ID so non-negotiable for the add label part?
Because that unique ID is the only way to guarantee the labeling action connects back correctly to the specific email that triggered the whole workflow right at the start. Keeps everything linked properly.
Okay. Wow. We actually did it. Mission accomplished for part 1.
We did. We built the brain, the classifier, and the filing system, the labeling part.
Yeah.
Your agent can now trigger on a new email, read it with full context, make an intelligent decision based on your rules, and automatically file it with the right label.
The system is thinking, it's making decisions, it's organizing your inbox, all automatically. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, using just no-code tools and some clever AI prompting. The heavy lifting, the conceptual part, is basically done now.
And that sets us up perfectly for part 2. That's where the agent gets his arms and legs, right?
Exactly. Next time, we'll build out the actions for each of those branches. Things like sending automated AI replies, maybe drafting responses for you to approve first, pushing those high-priority alerts to your phone or Slack. That's where the real-time saving magic happens.
I'm looking forward to that.
But before we wrap for today, here's something to think about. A final thought for you, the listener. Since we saw how critical those category descriptions are for accuracy, take a minute later today and think. Which emails in your inbox are the trickiest for you to categorize quickly? Those weird edge cases. How would you explain the difference simply to an AI?
Ah, interesting exercise.
Doing that kind of self-reflection, thinking about your own sorting logic, can seriously level up your prompt engineering game for stuff like this.
Great point. Well, thank you for sharing the source material for this deep dive. It's been fascinating to unpack the infrastructure of building an AI brain like this.
My pleasure. Keep learning, keep building. We'll catch you on the next one for part 2.